Well, hello folks, welcome back to this Euro Truck Simulator 2 career mode save. I'm the Custard Prophet, the Supremo of the Custard Haulers. We're here back in Hamburg, one of the reworked cities in the 1.48 update, and we're going to be taking some LPG from this depository, that's the wrong word, here in Hamburg all the way to Leipzig. Now the reason for that is pretty important, because this is a milestone episode. You can see in our cash reserves we have 171,000 euros in the bank. We need to get 180,000 euros to buy our first garage, and that is what we're going to achieve today. We're going to be driving all the way down to Leipzig. It's about £15,000 the job, if we get it all the way there. Obviously, when we've been doing this in the past, it hasn't necessarily gone all the way to plan. We've had all sorts of issues, and I do have this issue with my computer, which just seems to throw me not out of the game but put me back into OBS, which seems fine, but then all I can see is in OBS my truck hitting the side of the road. And I had another one of those as I was coming down to collect this load, and it left me sort of stuck on the side of a barrier, which was not ideal. Anyway folks, as I say, we've just fixed up the truck in that garage just ahead, and we're going to come out and it's actually this road, it was just ridiculously busy earlier. So we've just come over the bridge. If you remember the episode in Hamburg where we kind of went over that bridge, which was a photo opportunity, we've gone over that bridge and we're on the other side, but we're not going back over it. There's a whole road network on this side of the River Elbe. I remember, Steve, and we are going to be taking that. So let's just show you the route briefly. So Leipzig is down here. We've got 298 miles. We're going to go a little bit of a circuitous route because we're going to go via Hannover, and the reason for that is we're going to pick up a cutscene there, and also down here there is a photo opportunity, and the reason for all this, as I had the comment, which I'll put somewhere above my head, from Megatronception, who said that Hanover is one of the reworked cities in a previous rework, and that there is a huge truck compound which is pretty cool there. We have been through Hanover, but only kind of briefly, so clearly we missed the huge truck compound. So we're going to kind of go here and go down here and see if we can find that on the way down to Leipzig, or down here, which does have a garage there, which hopefully we can purchase, and then also pick up a couple of these question marks as well. So we'll be picking up Leipzig. We won't be picking up Hanover. We've already been in there. I think we went up to Copenhagen, was it? Something like that, from Hanover previously. So, oops, have I gone? No, we're all good. We're all good. Right, so I'm going to come out of here, and I will move on until we get a little bit further on. I think the drive should be interesting. 8 hours and 12 minutes. 306 miles to go, and this pretty long, rather cool looking double tanker truck, which I do like the look of. Right, see you shortly folks. Just going through the forest at the minute. We've on the motorway down towards Hanover. Looks really nice, left and right. We had a really complex junction actually just outside Hamburg. There was so many roads, it was ridiculous, but yeah, I think the road now is getting a lot less complex. 6 hours 57 to go, 259 miles, but the reason it's going to take a little bit longer, oh bugger, is because of our little detour, and that's always going to take a bit more time in the cities. And this is a particularly long truck, so we need to be a little bit more careful. Okay, folks, see you in a bit as we get to Hanover. We've just come off the motorway, and you can see we're heading into Hanover. You can see it on the right there. Very sort of impressive distillery or something like that there. Not quite sure what this is other than the Ausfahrt. But yeah, I do love some of the buildings they've got in this game. It's glorious. Slightly slightly wide there. Okay, so we'll be heading right up here, and then we're going to find that cutscene. I don't know what exactly it is, but ooh. There we go. Almost missed that. And then we've got to kind of head back after that onto the motorway, I think, to get to the second point of interest at the south of Hanover. So I'll see you when we're a bit close to that cutscene. We're not far away now. Ooh, this is cool. So we're actually coming into that huge kind of factory that we saw a little bit earlier. We've got to drive through it. So, yeah, this is fun. Looks like, I don't know, is it grain? Rocks? What would something like this be? Yeah, you've got some hoppers there. Gravel? What would that be? Let me know, folks. What would that be? Maybe this will help. Oh, it doesn't really help. I'm not sure coming all the way on this track with this trailer is the most sensible route, but you know, we've made our bed. We are going to have to lie in it, unfortunately. I mean, turning the bugger around is going to be a nightmare, considering how tight all this stuff is. My God. Maybe there is a place to turn it around. We can only hope. Otherwise we'll have to back it up or something. Oh, look at this. Just a little bit wide on that one. Or should have been a bit wider. As long as nothing's coming through. What have we got? Oh, there is a huge area to turn this around, I think. I mean, it doesn't look the greatest. Oh, look at this. It's a massive quarry. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look what this is all about. So, I missed that. Hanover Cement Factory. Right, there we go. We have our answer. So, they're doing a bit of quarrying to get the bits and pieces needed to make the cement, and then that goes back into the what we've just driven past. There's some cool machinery. Very nice. It's massive, isn't it? Absolutely massive. I don't know whether this is I mean, presumably it's a real thing, this cement factory. So it would be. I'll see if I can find a picture of it and put that up online. I'll put it on up on the screen as this is zooming through. But yeah, it looks good. Looks really, really nice. Huge place, absolutely enormous place. Imagine it takes a fair area up. Lovely. So Hanover Cement Factory is what we. So it's not the truck thing, but it is a pretty cool place. So that must be the other one, I imagine. Right. So we want to get out of this through here. I mean, no. Oh, balls. Stop. Let me back into the game. No. What a disaster. It's done it again. with our liquid petroleum gas on the back, and I couldn't get it. Wouldn't let me back in. I was clicking and it wouldn't let me back in. Oh God, anyone got any advice on what this could be? I thought it was my mouse, but I disconnected the mouse and, well, you know what, it carried on. It still happened. Wasn't as often, but so there's something going on. Oh, it's a loan instalment. I don't know what that is. I haven't got much of the loan to pay off. Right, folks, we're going to head off and then we're going to go back down to the other area, which I think must be this huge factory. So I've really enjoyed this bit. But let's go and see what other joys Hanover has for us. See you in a second. Right, here we are at the southern part of Hanover. So looking around, there was some sort of thing on the left there. I'm not sure what that was. I did see a sign with a football on it, so I don't know whether that was the football stadium. We'll have a look when we come back. Although it's a bit massive, isn't it? That is huge. I wonder whether this is what he was talking about. It's absolutely bloody massive. Did it again. Seems to be whenever I'm talking, it decides to do it. But thankfully I was going straight that time. Right, we're turning right here. Right, what is this place? Oh, it is enormous, isn't it? Wow. So this is like I'm not entirely sure what it is. Huge. I don't know, a conference centre? Could be a conference centre. Right, what's this? So we've got like a... Oh, I should have taken a picture in the quarry. Why didn't I do that? Right. Let's take a picture of this and figure out what on earth it is. Hanover Trade Fair. That's massive. Right, somehow we've got to get turned around now. So that'll be fun. Looks like, I mean, we could try it in that car park, but it looks like there is somewhere to do this slightly up ahead. So we'll try and do that. Are we going up here? We're not going up there. Oh, look at this! Again, I'll try and find a picture of this because this is an enormous site, absolutely enormous site. What's that over there? And you can deliver here as well, which is rather cool. Bjork. I wonder if are the Bjork playing in the Hanover Trade Fair. So it looks like some enormous kind of expo conference centre type thing. So maybe I misunderstood quite what the comments the comments said about the truck aspect to that. I don't think it's got much to do with trucks. This has just got everything to do with just everything else. I really like this. Yeah, big thank you, big thank you to Megatronoception who sent us down this route because it was well worth it. Seen a whole bunch of stuff in this absolutely huge area. I mean, the Germans do tend to do these conference centres absolutely massively because I think they've got some of the biggest in Europe. I think when we do the go to the European diabetes conferences, there are about 20,000 people, and there's very few venues that can hold that amount of people and do what the what they need to do there. So actually Germany, I think there's about 3 or 4 different sites in Germany, and then maybe about 5 or 6 other sites across the rest of Europe, which is interesting. Anyway folks, I've absolutely loved that. It was a really nice detour, a couple of really nice detours. I loved both of those. So we've seen some exciting parts of the game, parts of the map that we might not have seen otherwise. Right, off we go to Leipzig. It was green then. How far have we got to go? Not that far. It's not ridiculous. And there we go. So we need to get out of here, but once we do, we get onto the map and down there to Leipzig on the 38, I guess is what we're doing. So unless there's something really interesting, I'll probably see you on the drive into the Leipzig city as we drop off our load, and then we'll try and find that garage and make our first purchase. Nice, just driving through this centre of Hanover here. I had to do a fairly convoluted route to get back onto the road we wanted, because there was no way onto the road from where we were, so we had to kind of go elsewhere. So yeah, we're just leaving Hanover, and I feel I've been driving a while. We've got 208 miles to go, just over 5 hours, but I think we're finally getting out now. I mean, we've done pretty much all of that junction and most of that was done today. Right, I think there's nothing there. Can't really see with the bright lights behind the camera, but there we go. Okay, nothing there. On we go. I guess that's still part of Hanover, is it? Up ahead? Not 100% sure. Anyway folks, see you in a little while as we get closer to Leipzig. Always love a good tunnel. Here we go. We've just come in through after taking the turn off on the 38, I think it was, towards Leipzig. We are on our final approach, as it were. We've still got about 117 miles to go, but yeah, we don't really have to do too much more in terms of complexity of driving. It took so long to get out of Hanover, it was ridiculous, going back on ourselves and forwards, and I didn't even take any wrong directions as far as I'm aware. I'm going 59 mile an hour. Jeebus. It's just these hills that just take you for a ride. Come on. Yeah, so not far out now. 2 hours 40 minutes to go. Just over 106, got 100 kilometres. So I'll see you when we get a little bit closer. Possibly on the immediate sort of drive into Leipzig. There's probably not that much to talk about other than that, unless there's some significant scenery that we see in between. Okay folks, we're coming into Leipzig here. We're actually in Leipzig. Very nice. Again, city I have never ever been in. Don't know whether this has kind of been reworked or what have you, but you know, it looks, I guess it looks pretty generic at this point, but we are kind of in those sort of areas of the city where it's not going to be particularly pretty, is it? But some nice residential areas around. Oh, I can see some big stuff at the back there. I guess that's central Leipzig. So we've gone a slightly different route because I missed the turn. So we're just coming past here the place where our first ever garage is going to be located, I hope. if all goes to plan, unless we don't do something horrendous, which is just up on the right. Actually, I miscalculated. It's just up on the right, just here, up in those sort of areas there. So yeah, that's fun. But we've got a little way to go to the flag. You can kind of see it just there. So I'll come back if there's something to show, or just as we arrive at the location. Right, here we are. This is our location. It's just outside of Leipzig, actually. So we're going to drop off our double tanker. So these are the two tankers are connected, so there's no articulation between them, which is helpful, because I think I would have struggled like heck. We are going to do a proper sort of dual axle lorry at some point, but as things stand, we're not going to do it just yet, because this felt like an important one to do. We'll get those wipers on. Come in here. Into, what is this? I mean, well, I can tell it's going to be a hard one to do this, because it's an absolute massive trailer. It's a 40. Let's do that. I mean, presumably we can just turn it round down here and then whack it in there. That's what we'll try and do. Oh, what was that? What am I on? Just a second. Oh, there was some. That was a bit rubbish. It was ever so slightly raised. Yeah, this isn't ridiculous, is it? I mean, why? We've got all these logs sticking out at different blooming angles. God only knows, but. That's not really very hard, in all honesty, as I screw it up somehow. There we go. Unload the trailer and watch the money roll in. So that is going to give us, and we didn't even need to reverse part that was easy. 15 grand in the bank, load of experience, but most importantly we have now £183,000 in the bank. So we're going to go and see if we can buy our first garage. I'll see you there. Right, here we go, folks. Oh, he's letting us go. It's very kind. Although normally what they do is they let you go and then they just barrel into the side of you. We've got a couple of question marks to pick up here. So recruitment agency on the left there, and there's another one here on the right. It's a DAF dealer. I'm just going to reverse into here. And then we'll head off, and here is our first ever garage, hopefully. There we go. We can buy it for €180,000. We have 183,000 in the bank. Do I really want to buy this garage? Yes. So we have our second location on the map. First one in Plymouth has only got a single space, but we now have 3 potential spaces here, which is great. So that's exciting. So what, as I'm just kind of turning us around, what next? Well, that was a nice bit of work there. So I think what we want to try and do now, I think we've unlocked most of the dealers, including the one just there. We want to buy ourselves a new truck. I think will be one of the important things to do. Do we actually have to visit these trucks? We've got the DAF dealer like literally next door. So I'm sure we were able to see these. It's been a while since I've been in this, but weren't we able to at least have a look at the trucks? Right, we're going to go over the road and just have a look at whether a DAF truck, we're currently in a MAN truck, and so it'd be a different truck to what we had. I don't know whether it makes sense to kind of aim to be in a particular dealership by a certain time, and just as we're ready to go. I don't know whether that makes sense, but then it would be kind of nice to... Oh, the truck dealer is closed. Is that why we can't see it? Okay, well that's fine. We'll deal with this another day. Give me your comments, your advice as to what truck we should be getting next up. So I imagine it's probably going to be about 120,000 euros that we're going to look to get. And what truck do you think we should be getting next? In terms of jobs now, we're going to go for some sort of high-end jobs. I mean, something like that. 11 tons of mason jars. I mean, that would be an absolute epic journey. I think that's the sort of thing I'd have to do on the channel though. And I also, if I'm going to do a yacht, I think I have to do it on the channel. But from Leipzig, nothing really exciting, which might be a bit of a problem for our drivers. I don't know whether let me know, can they take external contracts, or are they stuck with just the freight contracts? Because have I picked a poor city here? So I mean, something like that, that would give us a big chunk of money. There's a couple going to Stockholm there, or a couple going to Sweden. Maybe next up I should do one of these kind of dual trailer trucks. Maybe that's a good idea. But what we might do is maybe work towards an achievement, something like that, whilst we're trying to get the sufficient money to buy our first truck. So yeah, some ideas as to what achievements might be good to get whilst we're trying to do that. Anyway, folks, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you very shortly for another episode. Goodbye.